From the worldwide studios of F3 Nation.
I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
This is the Circle of Trust, connecting the men of F3 Nation through fitness, fellowship, and faith.
Andrew Maggio, 35, wire biter.
Mike Kiriko, 35, Saganaki.
Peter Ranky, 63, Bambi. Jim Chicola, 47, half day.
The Circle of Trust starts right now.
Shut up and sit down.
Good morning and welcome F3 Nation. You're watching a live episode of the Circle of Trust show. We're outdoors, we're in the field.
We're in the Gloom. We are here.
I think we're live across all these platforms, NGBN TV, Facebook, YouTube, and of course the Twitter account for F3COT. And as you can hear behind us, it is a raucous crowd of F3 men as they get ready for the Circle of Trust after the convergence here. It's a big day in the F3 Nation here in Carter.
Man, we are happy to be able to host such a momentous occasion.
Right.
We got lots of familiar faces, new faces, old faces.
Yeah.
They're doing COT right behind us, as you said. So you hear people saying their name, their age, and their F3 name. So
That's exciting. By way of introduction, it's your boy Hello Kitty. I got Rapido. We are the hosts of the weekly Circle of Trust, as seen on Thursdays at 2 p.m. live on NGBN TV and, of course, across the F3 social media channels. And we thought, you know, we've got this amazing day where we're going to have this passing of the Nant'an shovel flag. And the boys from Charlotte, where they came from, said, we want to host a party. So you guys be willing to host this thing. We said, well, you know, look, we got the studios here.
we got the mobile studio.
We got the crew here.
Yeah.
And so here we are on this Saturday morning at Apex Community Park. The guys just finished up a 1-hour beatdown. And it was sort of all shapes and sizes.
We had people breaking into groups, manageable sizes. We had folks over on a soccer field, a baseball field. They're all cleared out now, but we had a kettlebell workout going that was looking like a real butt kicker.
Yeah.
So something for everyone. I don't know what our total tally is going to be here, but on the other side of this park, there's another 100+ people running a Duck Donuts Dash, which is 2.5 mile run, 12 donuts, 2.5 mile run. Everybody should hopefully converge here shortly for the change of command ceremony.
You know what's a great question? And I'm going to ask Max behind the camera. If we take these microphones over to the COT over there, can we walk over there with what we got here? Can we make it over there? Let's take a walk, because I know we've got another camera pointing this way.
Gonna walk and talk.
Pointing at the packs. So let's take just a quick little walk. I know you know what? We got to start. The COT naming process today looks like it's comprised of the three guys that cued the workout. So that was Matt Gilmore, Slugger, and Prodigal. But then I also see Nant'an Emeritus Dave Redding, better known as Dread, out there taking them through as well. And God only knows how many guys he might rename.
He's a big name guy, but he's also got a little celeb status, right? He's just
look, it's the guy that co-founded the thing.
Yeah, he's got an authorship going with a couple of the books that we reference a lot of times.
But that's what this thing is about, guys. I mean, you know, it's essentially a chance for these guys to all come together and screw around a little bit. But to be in a COT of that size, right? Your typical F3 Gloom workout is maybe 10 to maybe 20 guys max.
Yeah.
So your COT is smaller, a little more intimate. On a day like today, it's kind of rough.
It is. It's great. I was telling somebody in the workout, I was like, usually you have to have a multi-region convergence, a special anniversary, maybe a grow rug training event where you've got close to 3 digits worth of people in a big giant circle. doing their thing for COT. You got people starting to walk in from Doug Donut Stash. I'm looking at a truck full of shorties and some other guys coming in. It's going to be a great morning.
Yeah, so you mentioned at the beginning, and what makes this such sort of a uniquely positioned day for us to have this event here today is the guys said, look, we want to do this passing of the Nant'an shovel flag. We've got a date that works for those guys. It's February 24th.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, if you come here, that's outstanding because we've got our annual Carpex Super Region Duck Donut Stash. So we're standing in the front of this park where we just split the packs up into about 3 groups, and they went off and did their hour-long beatdown before coming together for COT. But not even a half a mile from here, on just the other side of the park, we're probably another 50 to 100 F3 guys and families running this Duck Donut Stash.
Yeah, so that came out of during COVID. Something that's going on here in Raleigh is called the Krispy Kreme Challenge.
Yep.
And COVID sort of put the kibosh on that like everything else. And so we said, you know what, free to leave. We are going to do our own thing. And we've got a PAX here who's we lovingly refer to as Bagels.
Sure.
But he's a Duck Donuts franchisee, and he does all the making of these donuts all night long, a donation thing. And there's guys from every region volunteering to help out this morning. So it's just an absolute beautiful morning. We got the sun shining. We got the gloom.
Got this amazing sort of row of flags here. The guys not talk to. Let me ask you this, Max. You're behind the camera. You can hear us. How far can these microphones go? Can we go get in that circle of trust? I'm going to walk over there. You hang here. I'm going to go over there.
I'm going to hang here.
You hang here. Carry the broadcast for a second.
I'm
going to see if we can maybe get a little sound from inside that. Maybe you never met before, right? We come together, we're doing sort of a moment of silence right now. And that's really the power of the team. We talk about FLEG and you're working a workout. You guys need to hear us say it on different podcasts or shows. It's kind of cool. Maybe 15 of them have met that. And we lose one of our own brothers. The jovialness, the fun that is that circle of trust, to be able to talk about, hey man, we lost this week.
Any other prayers, Greg?
Guys are coming here for the ball. This is what we call the ball man. And this is a chance for them to just sort of pray together, give some words together, be in fellowship together. So you're essentially getting a chance to see it sort of live as the COT kind of wraps up. So the way that the battle rhythm goes, Rapido, on the COT is after the workout, right? Then they go around, do that name-a-rama. So we saw that at the beginning. Then it's a time to talk about any announcements or anything like that. Probably a big group like that. I'm sure there's not a bunch of announcements this morning.
No, but it really represents a safe space, right? Our show, we talk about serious topics. We talk about topics that are affecting us personally, stuff that are affecting us in our families, in our regions, in our jobs. It's a time to come together after you've been exerting yourself in a physical fashion. Calm your mind, calm your heart, calm your mouth, and lean on that brother next to you, left and right, and what they're going through and what you're going through. And it's really representative of a not on your own, a no OYO situation.
Yeah, 100% right. And you know what I'm really thrilled about today is we get a chance to show this to you guys. This is not something, this sort of COT moment that we get to show live ever, right? To be able to do this, right? So to be able to be here this morning, right, to have this equipment set up, man, huge shout out to our crew behind the cameras that are doing just, man, amazing work. That's Clint Boland, better known as SLV. referringly call him as Fat Max, because anytime you're engineering or producing a show for the two of us,
it's a written rule,
right?
that
That's who you're
moniker
going to be.
today is Fat Max.
So he's back there just absolutely busting it and bringing you guys all these live moments, right, to be a part of it. And so to be able to sort of dial in live for a COT like this is it's not something we take lightly.
And you see this in our intro videos of the show. You see this in the F3 commercials that we've got running both on our show and across the AGBN TV network. But this special piece of every morning, literally across the world, this type of gathering of men is happening, and it's critical that we give this thing away and continue to expand not only our region, the regions of the Carolinas, but all the way across the country and the world. And it's incredible to see.
Can you guys hear me? I'm getting comments.
There we go.
Okay, good. All right, I'm back.
Yeah, it just came back.
We're here. We're back.
Am I back? Did anybody hear me?
The good news is, thanks to the PAX, this is why we love F3. Thanks to the PAX, drop those. So we can't hear you. I just checked the comments, popped a few of those up. Remember, if you guys are watching on Facebook or YouTube, you can always comment. We're able to take those comments and show them to you live on the air. So we got to see from a few guys. You might have been.
Or maybe they heard me since I didn't walk with this.
Yeah, no, you were there. So anyways, that COT wrapping up. Not exactly sure what's being said. If I take a walk over there, will it lose me again?
Probably.
I'm going to walk a little bit closer and see if we can't just listen.
I think he will.
Known as Dread, his deliverance of so I guess it was only about 2 years ago, right, where Dread was handing off that Nant'an ship to Slaughter. So that happens then. And then now, he's here in this circle, being able to talk to the guys and, share a message as he sees sort of Nant'an 3.0 when we take this thing from here. So it's cool to see Greg there, be a part of this, moment. Taking a visible role. Sort of giving it away, making things. Somebody will say a prayer, say some words here in the middle of the circle. Then those guys will break. They'll come over here. We'll have some coffee. They'll have some snacks. We'll do this passing of the shovel flag ceremony, and we'll get to hear from those guys as they do that as well. So, which is cool. So let's just take a moment. We'll just be quiet and let them do their thing. Their lobs aren't on yet, right? I don't know what happened to his mic. You've been in COT multiple days a week. Just for those watching, right? The F3 guys watching know what this moment's like, but maybe someone's new or they're watching. They're saying, "What are these guys doing over there?" What's that moment like? How important is that?
Super important, and it really just hits home to some of the personification of the things that we're working on every day and every hour, that we're thinking about 1% better, right?
Yeah.
And leaning on that brother next to you, as we were talking about before, that you've got a critical moment and a critical safe space to be able to talk about something, to be able to just release the things that you're bottling up, or be there for that person next to you who needs to do that function, right? This is all about each other. This is all about some days you're going to have it all together and other days you're not, and the guy next to you, the same thing. He's going to have it all together and other days he's not. And when we can constantly be there for one another, we can help bring down the challenges that men are facing in the mental headspace.
Yeah. I didn't mean to smirk during the comments there.
Jigglypuff just about crashed his minivan.
Jigglypuff just came in the Team Puff wagon and they got all up on that curve.
Yeah,
all up on that curve. Where are you guys going? So look, here they come, man. Circle of Trust is broken. Guys are coming over. So now you can just look at the PAX as they've just wrapped up sort of their day here. Next in the iteration of things that will happen will be this passing of the Nant'an shovel flag. And so here's why we do this. All right, so and what is a Nant'an, right? Probably worth explaining.
That could be a good,
Right,
good starting point.
So the way this works is every F3 region has its own leadership team, right? The key to what we do here is that these guys are free to lead and they're able to go do what they want to do to help F3 accelerate in their region, right? As long as they follow the 5 core principles, right? Free, open all man, outdoors, snow, rain or shine, hot or cold, peer level, rotating fashion, instant circle trust. You go do those things, man, rock and roll that F3. But then every region's got its own shared leadership team. You and I have both had the privilege of serving on our shared leadership team here at Carfax and Innovations.
Right.
But there's an old Native American term called a Nant'an.
Yeah.
Right? And it's this idea of sort of a spiritual visionary leader.
Right.
And when founding F3, Dredd got the idea of, right, the guy that's sort of going to oversee visionary leader, we're going to call him the Nant'an. It's very respectful. Yes, he was the founding Nant'an of F3 Nation in 2001. John Lambert took over Slaughter about 2 years ago, and today that role and that responsibility, so the ultimate view of F3, responsible for the outcome, gets handed off to Frank Schwartz, better known as Dark Helmet, who's been in and around F3 for years, and there is not a man on earth who's more passionate about F3's success than Dark Helmet. So what's going to happen today is, like what happened a few years ago, when Dredd relinquished that Nant'an ship, those guys are going to come before you today. And Slaughter's going to hold that Nant'an flag, and he's going to hand it to Red Band. He's going to hand it to Dark Helmet. So that's what's about to happen here in a few minutes. And what's really cool is to be a part of this team.
Well, look, and too, for anybody that's watching today that hasn't watched our show, we talked about there sort of that nauseam about the symbolism, the pageantry, what it means to hand the flag off to someone, what it means to relinquish that flag to someone and accept the flag. So it's really laying down into how that transpires across military culture.
Yep.
What we're doing here all of it.
Now listen, there's got to be a guy around, right, that sort of has that responsibility. It's an organization, the beauty of the way in which F3 does it is that man is then, sort of wrapped his arms around.
Franklin wanted a hug.
Franklin coming through. On the spiritual, emotional leaders of F3 Carfax. So you got a bunch of Carfax guys. What else have you seen on here? Yep.
Yeah, Schlitz from Sandhill. So we've been a growing region for a number of years, right? We've started three other regions in the last 2 years.
Yep.
So we've got good level.
I did. Well, I did not relate, so that's good. Ran a couple miles, ate most of a dozen donuts, ran a couple more miles. What's on?
What a day, man. You're doing a pretty big F3 party here.
We're definitely blotting out the park today. I've seen a couple people in the park who didn't expect us to be here.
They weren't anticipating 250 cars.
I can only imagine the amount of people.
I walked to keep down the park.
So you are up the street.
Who are wondering what kind of
Yeah,
remember down there, guys. You just connect your
Just check them.
So we've got enough.
Oh man, incredible! So
Yeah,
we're getting ready to get started.
here.
Yeah, he's in the house. I've seen Greensboro in the house. I've seen Charlotte in the house. Xbox has got some West Coast affiliations. Scratches here. I think New Jersey. There he is, Seth.
What are you talking about?
How you doing, brother?
It's good. It's good to be here. See a whole lot of guys. I brought the GMO, our first DNC up here, so just coming up and experiencing guys from all across the state. Heck, we got a guy from Texas.
Exactly.
No guys?
No, not Dos Equis. No. I mean, he sent one of his guys. He made it.
Look, I wanted to say too, we really appreciate what you talked about it on the show. Read questions on the show, interacted with us about it.
Pushing that rock, man.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. Circle of Trust show is all about what is the go to 4, 5, 6, 7 years. What do you see?
Yeah.
He's an adopted son.
I love y'all. No, it's really for me. It's about love. It's about trust. It's about being willing to be humble enough. Right. I think for me that was the first time listening to a band in a CUT. One of my best friends said, "I'm a drug addict." I'm like, what in the world? I have no idea what the world. Right? He was there. Or listening to a brother talk about the struggle there and trying to get better. GMO and I were talking on the way up just about how do you stay strong. For him, 3 boys and his dad together playing games and connecting. One of the most vital parts, I think.
We're probably about 5 minutes away from the passing of the shovel flag ceremony. See, we're working this thing out as we go. If anybody can do it. Get in here real quick, Happy Gilmore, before you go back over there. Let's talk to the guy from Carpex here. Happy Gilmore on the first FQs in the region. He's got his national championship sweatshirt.
Surrounded by trap steak.
That's right.
So, bro, this was so you guys are inside this thing, about 4 or 5 minutes away from this passionate shovel flag ceremony here at Carpex. You guys really a big part of it. Getting this thing teed up, planning the day, together for 2 weeks. So, how's it been?
That's been great. I'm really excited about the show. Really inside it was
How was the workout this morning?
It was great. I've been to perfect use.
No. Why would we start today? All right, get back in there.
Thanks, guys.
Max, do we need to turn microphones on for the 3 gentlemen that'll be a part of the program here? So if we want to do that, why don't we go ahead and we'll get them moving, we'll get their mics turned on, we'll get ready to roll, which is outstanding. What we're going to do is essentially we're going to step aside. We're going to bring those 3 in, right? Red Bear's going to conduct the ceremony. We're going to pass the show flag off and grab a still after the party.
I love it. I hope everybody who's watching has sun on their face this morning as well. But it's just, you couldn't have asked for better weather. We typically
Sky Q hooked us up, man. Yesterday was brutal. It was not good. It was raining all day. Weather was awful. Today was gorgeous.
Hey, come on. What's your name? Where are you from?
City Slicker, Greensboro.
Come on, sis.
Yes, sir. Came up with Akron.
Let me tell you what I love about these guys.
Wakanda? That's right. Well, tell our audience about Wakanda for those who might not know.
So actually, Wakanda is on the east side of Greensboro at Dudley High School. 7 o'clock every Saturday morning. This coming Saturday, actually, we'll be celebrating 5 years.
Nice.
So it's the 5-year anniversary of Wakanda. Started with a few guys. We've grown it. Very active. Look forward to it. Actually, this past year, we used that as an opportunity to participate in the North Carolina Antiques Parade. And so wearing the blue and gold. And so it was a great time.
Works well. That works well.
And so these are the colors of Dudley High School.
You show a bunch of maroon and silver, they're going to boot you out of there. Not gonna
That is true. But so we've been around for 5 years and place to be on Saturday morning.
How long have you been in F3?
I've been in F3. It'll be 4 years come May. I got named in Washington, Little Washington, North Carolina, when I was with my brother-in-law, Caterpillar. He carried me out. He asked me on that Friday evening after I'd eaten about 3 or 4 barbecue sandwiches if I was going to go work out with him in the morning.
Just don't stand downwind of me.
And so, I remember my first one. It's a memory.
So now you probably abstained from the 4 barbecue sandwiches before.
No, now he's just a more well-trained athlete.
Well, I tend to eat 4 sandwiches after that.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming over from Greensboro.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Welcome.
All right.
That's F3 City Slicker. Wakanda
All right.
Florida.
All right. Thank you.
I saw bagels. I don't know what else you might eat. They were fried bacon with the folks in the back running the duck donuts. So
It looks like we've seen this idea, right? Guys in a park in Charlotte, a little bit more, right? Wanted to have this man look out the knowing there was more to it, right? The fitness was there. That and the fellowship of faith is really this whole stuff. It's called different things. It's called it. Yeah, it was on the campus. And it was just it was a men's, it was similar to what men's workout. But then these guys got together and they were like, yeah, but we want to like get lunch together, get coffee together, try to Bible study, do some time together. And the fellowship and the faith.
there was a pull. There was a pull to do more than just show up, work out, and leave. 10 years later.
Yeah.
12 years later, essentially.
Yeah.
Now, all the what's the
I think Maine. Get Maine.
Northeast corner.
Yeah, it's a couple of times. It's also amazing, like, it's only a couple of years ago, you and I were doing the show live with our man SLB behind the cameras. 10-year anniversary. That's right. So we're here for our second live show.
We did that patio show at the hotel.
Yeah.
After I did the marathon. I've not done a 26-mile run since then. That was a great show. That was the first sort of inch towards into this live. Now for fast forward a few years, we're on TV. TV. We're on Facebook. YouTube.
Amazing. Sharing the mission of F3. All right, I think it's probably about that time we clear the way. Get these guys in here. It's going to take some on-camera, on-air logistics. Let's get
refill your coffee for me.
Hey, Kitty. Let's do it live. We'll get the guys in order. We'll get the packs in order. And the faculty, just step aside here. Prodigal's going to do this thing. Denali's just going to walk right in front of the camera. Just walk right across. Great idea. Really good, Denali. Just walk right through the shot. Help me right there. We're going to turn our backs to the camera. Hope you don't mind, guys.
We got Connor.
You aren't moving fast enough. Come on up. Come on up.
Yeah, we want them where you guys were.
Come on in. I'm going to see what the packs are talking about on the chat, too, while we're hanging out. I got to get off screen. You know, the problem, guys, is we got all these guys asking us questions. I'm like, I don't know. Let's figure it out as we go here. You hear the crowd more than your individual mics. That's all right. That's fine.
As you form, you're going to come about 12 feet this way.
Hey, Schlick, take those sunglasses off.
All right, step aside and let this thing happen.
Yeah, I take up space.
Hey, just realize you're on camera.
Morning, F3 Nation. I am F3 Red Baron, Ralph Jodas from F3 Snack Town. Hey, I'm talking.
There we go.
All right, good morning, F3 Nation. Both the packs that are here, packs, of course, great F3 Nation. Welcome to today's
ceremonial passing of the Nant'an shovel flag from John Lambert, F3 Slaughter, to, what's your name? Oh, Frank Schwartz, F3 Dark Helmet. Now I'm Ralph Jonas, F3 Red Baron from Snacktown in Hanover, Pennsylvania. And today's passing of the shovel flag is a ceremonial passing of the shovel flag that's modeled after our military changes of command. Those of us that have been in the military know the importance of the passing of the unit colors, because whoever holds the unit colors, we follow those unit colors into the field of battle. Well, we have our own unit colors, and that's our shovel flag. And we follow that shovel flag, as you see all the shovel flags around us on our fields of battle. And those are our AOs spread across our F3 regions, across this globe now, as we're out there in many countries around the world. The passing of the shovel flag carries with it a great passing of responsibility for leading this great F3 nation and the leadership that goes along with that. I'm honored to be here today and to officiate this ceremony. And at first, I want to thank the PACs and the whole F3 region here of F3 Carpex for putting this together and for allowing us to descend upon you all from many regions around this great area. All right. Woo! Carpex! Passing of the shovel flag will be a very brief ceremony, and only 3 words will be said by each guy. Slaughter will say, "I relinquish Nant'an," and Dark Helmet will say, "I assume Nant'an." And with that, we'll have the passing of the shovel flag. But before we do that, I want to say a couple of words about Slaughter. Slaughter, for the last 3 years, has led as our Nant'an. And I'm here to tell you, as a member of our F3 Board of Directors, I've seen him in action over the last 3 years. His attention to detail and his organizational skills cannot be beat. We would not be where we are today if it wasn't for Slaughter. He has paved the next 43 feet for all of us as we've continued to accelerate our lives across the globe. And our growth has been phenomenal throughout these last 3 years. He leaves a great legacy, and he's set up all of our F3 regions for even more success. Dark Helmet, he is no FNG to F3. Dark Helmet has been the president of our F3 nation now for over 3 years, and has done, again, another great job setting the standard. His standards and how he holds people accountable for what they need to do is right up there. Is completely top notch. We're going to be on rock solid ground with having Dark Helmet as our next F3 Nant'an. All right, with that, let's pass the shovel flag. Center face.
I relinquish Nant'an.
Good job, Slaughter.
I assume Nant'an.
Congratulations. All right, Slaughter, 2 words.
Being Nant'an has been an honor and a privilege. I met some amazing people, did some amazing things. I could not have done it without the support of the executive group, the board of directors, the tens of thousands of men across the nation, the wonderful men I met, the support of my wonderful wife, my friends and family. Helmut and I have been through a lot together. He's battle tested. There's nobody that I would trust more than my friend and comrade, Dark Helmet, to take this amazing organization into the future.
All right.
Talk to the men.
All right.
Yep.
Well, I'll try not to break it. I almost said, I assume I'm the Nant'an. So as I was preparing for this, Red Baron sent us some directions and instructions. And it said, the passing will happen. Slaughter will say, it says comments by Slaughter. And then it said, then Dark Helmet will say, and in all caps, a few words. So I'll do my best. I cannot tell you what it means to have the support of you men. The foundation's been laid. It's pretty strong. And it's tough to follow Dredge and Slaughter. So I'm only half kidding when I say I'll try not to break it. But what I know for sure is that like Baron said, we're just getting started. And my word of the year, a lot of you guys do that word of the year. My word of the year is gather. And That was what I feel like was set on my heart, and I think that's what we're going to do. F3 is Slaughter always says it's an organization that's going to change the world, and I agree with him. And I think the way that we're going to do that is not because we're going to take over as a large organization at the top that's going to make a lot of programs and things that change the world. What we're going to do is we're going to look in the heart of every man, and we're going to change every man. All right? You guys are going to do the work. You're going to lean to the man next to you, whether he's a man in F3 or not. And you're going to put your arm around him, and you're going to love him. You love him so much that he can't help himself. He can't help himself but to change. Once he's changed, he will reach out and find another man behind him. All right? And so on and so on and so on until the legacy grows, until it can't be stopped. I don't want to end with this, but I'm going to quote it. The notorious Conor McGregor. Familiar, right? We're not here to take part. We're here to take over, right? But I would just say again how much this means, how much. It's the sun. Did you guys block properly? How much I love F3 and how much I love the men in F3 Nation. What it's meant to me. I'm grateful for all the people who traveled in. Mount Cocaine put up a tent. I mean, that's pretty impressive. My wife has to come because of what it's meant for her to have me change in the way that I've changed. And a lot of it has to do with a lot of guys like Slaughter and Dredd and Red Baron and other men who poured into me. And so now the charge continues, right? We're going to pour into the men who are behind us, and so on and so on. And I see little guys here. You have no idea. I mean that with love. You have no idea how much better your dad is now than he was a few years ago when he started this. And you're going to reap the benefit of the fact that you have a legacy because your dad was here early on, right? He's going to forward to you early on. And you're going to be able to do the same for your son and your son. So, men, hug the guy next to you. Tell him you love him. And let's get to work, all right?
Just take us out and say a few words at the end. Hey, Red Bear. Hey, a few words to the camera. Take us out, right? Just talk.
Where's the lion?
All right, F3 Nation, you saw it. You saw it happen here. Did that show flag back to helmet. And thanks for joining us across this digital divide. And we're really grateful to have everybody here. So thanks much, and thanks again to the folks here at F3 Carpex. Thanks to Kitty and Rapido for running this, and seeing the Gloom.
We got one more thing here. We got a lion from F3 Kenya. Safari sent this over the ocean, and he gave it to the Nant'an, and he asked that I give it to the new Nant'an. So Safari, thank you F3 Kenya for this wonderful thing, and it's now filmed.
I promise to do you right. I know this means a lot to you men, and therefore it means a lot to me as well. So I thank you, Safari, for sending this over. Thank you, Slaughter, for passing it on. I love you guys very much. That's all we got, baby.
Donut time.
Donut time.
This has been the Circle of Trust. Whether you're watching on NGBN TV or across the F3 Nation platforms, be sure to rate, review, and share our show. And download the NGBN TV app today on your favorite streaming device.
I'm Brian Jodas, 42, Hello Kitty.
And I'm Jamie Roseborough, 40, Rapido.
And this has been the Circle of Trust.